Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Investing with a Difference. First of all, a quick introduction on our channel. As you know, you can join our Facebook group. You are already there on Investing with a Difference channel if you're watching this video. Do subscribe to the channel and like the videos if you like our content. And let's get started. Today we are going to talk about overall crypto news, what's happening. Market is looking very soft. It's going down. Actually, it's touching 2018 lows. And we then, of course, we are going to talk about EOS, what's happening in the EOS world. I will touch upon the RAM trading and how you could have profited from it since we published our first video 4 days back. So first of all, let's look at where the market is. So as you can see, Bitcoin has gone down further. It's trading around 5,860. It has broken down below the 2018 lows, which is not a good sign. And now we are looking at 5,400 as the earliest support level, while $5,000, which was the high of September 2017, that would be acting as the major support level. So I would say 5,000 to 5,400 is very much possible now, while nobody can know the real bottom. As you can see, we are in a continuous downturn, and if we look at overall coin market cap, it is now 240 billion, which is going down very fast. EOS is going down even faster. As you can see, there's a lot of FUD around EOS, but in general, it's not specific to EOS. I think every altcoin is suffering. If you see, a lot of coins are down in double digits percentages, and many of them are down 8 to 9%. So I think overall, it is not a great market right now. Let us look at what really started this fall a couple of days back. So there was a big regulatory crackdown in Japan, and we have been seeing this news. It was Japan and Korea. These are two very big investors in cryptocurrencies. Japan was actually leading the acceptance of cryptocurrency. So if you look at this news in detail, there's nothing fundamentally negative about this. It's more a knee-jerk reaction from the market because, of course, when the crypto market started, there were no regulations. There may be a lot of black money out there investing in it, and now the regulators are going after the identity of these people. So this is a very common thing in any money instrument where people are going to face this challenge. If there is a money trade, the money laundering is possible in any kind of instrument. So cryptocurrency is not something unique about it. The challenge is that initially regulators did not know how to go really track these things. Now they are getting more and more sophisticated, and this is a cleanup act which is going in multiple phases, and ultimately it is the technicals which take control of the market. So as I said, if we are in a bear market, irrespective of what you feel about long term, you need to decide on your strategy whether you want to accumulate here or you want to just get out and wait for this market to stabilize. Either way, I think it's not an easy market if you are in for a short term or if you don't have a long term view. But again, as I said, there is nothing fundamentally wrong happening with Bitcoin or the overall market. It's more about the sentiment, more about any small negative news is hitting the prices very hard. On the positive front, the good news is that there has been a big fall earlier this year when Mt. Gox Trust was selling Bitcoin in huge amounts. And what we are now seeing is that they have created a settlement where now they're going to not really sell it versus they will distribute Bitcoin holdings to the people instead of really selling it in the open market. So I think this is actually positive news, but unfortunately, it didn't help, and market is going down. Now let us move to EOS. What's happening in the EOS world? The EOS RAM. Let me first cover. So while the market is down, we covered 4 days back that you can buy RAM and speculate on it, and the RAM prices have gone double from 4 days back, as you can see from this chart. Now, if you had 100 EOS tokens, you may have almost made 200 EOS tokens by just trading RAM. So, irrespective of market correction, this was an opportunity. While block producers are still figuring out how to increase the RAM, what will be the consensus mechanism, and so on. Again, as I said before in my video, this is a very, very risky proposition because RAM prices can come crashing down if the RAM is added by block producer and there is enough supply. This will continue to be a mystery right now, but in early days, I think we did some trading in our investor group. I shared some of my trades, but we did do some RAM trading with good profits. But again, as I said, please understand it. Make sure you have clear picture before you do it. So there are always opportunities in crypto market if you learn it. If you follow somebody else without understanding, you will always be at risk. But in general, I think these kind of opportunities, if you really learn the project, if you really learn what's going on, you can still make good gains in any scenario. That's what we try to discuss and learn in our group. So, what else is the news? So, I think a very good article was posted by EOS New York on how the ECAF is going to work. It's a very, very important article. You should go and read this on Steemit. That is how what the rules, in what conditions ECAF will step in, and what are the current like examples of dispute which can be resolved. And as I have been highlighting time and again, please do watch your accounts. It is very important that you make use of this ECAF. While people are complaining about no hardware wallet and they're worried about safety of their tokens, remember EOS is doing everything as a community to protect your tokens. They have already frozen the potentially hacked accounts, and all the FUD around that ECAF has reversed transactions. Remember, this is still a FUD. There is no reversed transactions on irreversible blocks. So, what they have done is frozen accounts which are believed to be hacked. It is very different from calling that a blockchain transaction can be reversed on EOS. So, I would say that it is going to be seen how ECAF evolves, and as we have been talking about, this is still a debatable topic, and constitution is still interim. There will be a lot of changes which will be suggested by people after discussing, and this is how a democracy should work. So these are still early days. Overall, I think whether you agree or not, EOS is a governed blockchain, and that is something which we have to respect. Now, again, what else is happening in the news? I would say, uh, first of all, let's look at what happened with the EOS DAC token airdrop. So this is another airdrop which is completed on EOS mainnet, and I believe all of you should have got EOS tokens, EOS DAC tokens, sorry, in your account. Now, there are some statistics published by EOS DAC which will show you again how this is very, very important thing. So let's look at those data. And one thing they shared is that they were able to complete their airdrop 50 times faster than the Ethereum based airdrop. And remember, this was free because they only staked their EOS and not really spent any money. Of course, you need to stake enough to be able to use the CPU, and that's what they have shared some details. To do an airdrop for every EOS DAC token holder, they had to use 30 megabit RAM and 50,000 units of CPU. So these are some of the things which you need to understand, that how EOS is going to work. And one of the key thing here is that airdrops are happening very fast. Airdrops are coming on EOS blockchain, and people will start seeing the benefits of EOS as the more and more of these happen. Now, there was a debate around whether EOS is going to be using only airdrops as the model, and this is a very interesting article. So we have first ICO happening on EOS. So that's interesting news, because till now the plan, like what we understood, was that everybody was promoting the airdrop model to raise funds. But now iRespo is the first project. So they are talking about creating a project which is for polls and surveys on EOS, which is not a bad idea, because the transactions are free on EOS, and you if you want to do a blockchain based polls and surveys, this is the best chain to develop those projects on. And they have announced this project, and now they are raising funds on EOS, which is amazing because um, I think there has to be a way of getting out of Ethereum and ERC20 based chain, and people should look at the opportunities for raising funds. So this is, again, as I said, it's a more and more attention we are going to see on EOS going forward, and this is again a great news. Once ICOs start happening on EOS, this will create another opportunity for more and more projects to come and use EOS. So these are some of the news items I've been tracking. I think, as I said, overall market is soft. If you have to look at your strategy, if you look at long term, as I said, we are all very excited about EOS, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper every day. So you need to define your portfolio, have a very close look at it, whether you have the holding capability if market goes further down, because it can be like 2014 where it can stay low and it can test new lows. While long term, as we all know, that there is nothing negative happening around cryptos. EOS is just starting. Bitcoin is going through a phase, but it is still the strongest ecosystem which it has. And also, we are hearing more and more developers coming into Ethereum. Even though we personally, like, I don't like Ethereum technically, but in terms of the community they are building, in terms of the development which is happening on Ethereum, I would say that it is still a very solid project. So, out of this top five, I would still say if you're building your portfolio, you should look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EOS. All other projects, I think Tron is also getting a lot of funding, even though we don't like the team as much. But I think these four, I would say, you should definitely consider because they are useful blockchains which are actually being used, and a lot of funds are flowing into that. So again, all the best for during this market. We understand it's not easy for people who look at it as a way to make money. I think if you believe in it, you can always increase your funds, or if you are really worried about it in short term, it may be good for you to sit out of this market because it's getting uglier and uglier every day. Again, we will do some more live shows later on for EOS. Please do your send your comments, and do like the videos if you really like our content. And thanks a lot for joining again. Bye for now.